You know what I'm saying? But your boys took care of business. These Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday, man.
Listen,
How you feeling?
we badly took care of business, but we got the win nonetheless. Even the Instagram caption said that was a breather, but a win is a win. So if the Instagram folks out there putting it on, then we got it. Man, that was a good win for us. That was a good win, just for the confidence of the teams, especially after everything that happened yesterday. But I really want to get towards, AR. A lot of people have been talking about the situation the coaches have made to decide to put him in. When he was out with a hip injury, he goes back in there 3 plays later. He he has a scramble slides and he re-injures his hip and he was out for the rest of the game. I'm very skeptical about that as well because that's just something you don't do. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a guy who's been in the league and he's had injury problems, you know, up until now. And a lot of people, a lot of fans, including myself, are becoming very skeptical because they don't know if this guy is meant for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm really thinking he's very fragile. I had a lot of Florida fans tell me that, they tried to warn me to say that this guy ain't really, he's too fragile. He's injury prone. And we're starting to see it. And mind you, it's happening with his shoulder. He's throwing shoulder last year. This year he had a hip. I think he was out early in the year too. I think like a wrist injury or something like that, like first game or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. He was hurt. Now he got a hip injury. So now I think the question is like, what is it gonna take? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? How are we making sure this guy is 100% healthy, 100% doable to play these games? Because now at this point, you're wasted of a draft pick. It's another CJ situation where it's like, yo, if he can't stay healthy, he's out. And I know Ace, you said before the show, you was like, he's probably done. I have mixed feelings because I'm pretty sure we can get it together. But now it's not looking good, with him just being hurt so much.
And that's the thing. When you talk about a guy that didn't play a whole lot of college football already to begin with, and now you come to the pros. Your first year, you last all of what, a couple weeks before you're out.
Oh,
You know, in your rookie season. Now you're into your second year. We barely seen full game footage of you in the NFL to this point. So at a point, when does the development happen for him? Because right now, I mean, he's a guy that we knew that was incredibly raw coming out of Florida. We knew that there was a lot of work to be done with him as a quarterback. And we see that. We see the highs and the lows of his game. He has plays that make you be like, damn, how the hell did somebody let him slip to that pick? Then he has moments where you're like, oh, I completely understand because the guy hasn't played enough, I played enough football to truly see what he's doing out there sometimes. And for him, I mean, that on top of being injury prone does leave a lot to be questioned. I mean, you talk about right now possibly needing to go dip back into the free agent market next season, this upcoming off season, to be able to just give yourself a steady captain to steer the ship at this point. Like that's the question mark that have to be asked. And even for Shane Steichen, I gotta ask, if you knew he was diagnosed with a hip injury before, why did he go back out there and then run a reaction
Well,
and then play?
I think it's more, sorry to cut you off. I think that's more of a team doctor trainer type of thing. Someone had to get Shane to go to say he was ready to go. And a lot of it is on AR too, because every football player is not gonna resist going back on the field. They're not gonna do that. So he knew he listened to his body. There was really no second thought. Like, yo, like maybe I can go back on the field. Like, no, nobody was hurt about that. But I think it's where doctors, because that makes Shane look bad regardless. Nobody's gonna point at the doctors. Nobody's gonna point at AR. Nobody's gonna point at nobody. It's all gonna be Shane Steichen. So it's like, who gave him the green light to put him out there? And like I said, it was only 3 plays later he ran a read and slid. He didn't even get hit. He slid.
He slid.
Maybe that's something that was aggravated during the run. Slid and he was on the ground for me. But yeah, like it's a bad look, for us. I seen a tweet on Twitter where there was like Commanders fans. They see that and they kind of get traumatized because that's kind of what happened when RG3, what I'm saying, was out there, had the knee injury, went out there and played and hurt it even worse. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just don't want to see that. That's especially for a promising quarterback like him who took very high.
Absolutely. Ace, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
Yeah, I got the stats pulled up here. Saw out of 7 throws, AR went 3 for 4, 71 passing yards, 24 rushing yards, up 3 carries, averaged about 8 yards carry. Averaging about 17 passing yards each time he threw too. So I mean, there's promise there. You know what I'm saying? It just was getting him is being available. Being available. You know, got to find a game plan to keep him available. And I thought the way AR is built, you know what I'm saying? No Diddy, that he can stay in these types of games, but it's I don't know, bro. I don't know. I, I'm I'm still high on AR, man. He's one of the QBs that I did like. In the draft, it's looking like a very controversial draft right now as well. Man, it's looking like CJ is might be the lone wolf in this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, what?
And look,
I don't know, bro.
this just goes to show how tough getting that quarterback position is. Like how tough it is to get it right. Because you quickly see when you get it right, look at Houston. As soon as you get it right, everything turns around for you. Holes that you thought were holes within your team aren't as big when you have a quarterback. Things that you think were things that were going to detract from y'all being a good team don't seem as detrimental when you have a quarterback. And you instantly see it even with Washington right now, with the Commanders. They've instantly seen success. They've gotten their quarterback they've somehow gotten their quarterback in a more stable situation than what we thought they would have been. Because we thought Caleb Williams was going to the more stable situation with, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, all the additions they made in the offseason. We thought that was going to be the most stable situation. But you look over there in Washington, he seems to have the more stable grouping right now with the offensive line that's protecting him well, a number one receiver in Terry McLaurin, and obviously Dan Quinn, who's a defensive guru, a guy that can put a good defense on the field each and every week. He's in a situation now where don't look too fast, but Washington is fighting. They're going to be in the hunt for their division at least until week 10, depending on how things go shake out.
Yeah,
But like
I agree
it's
with
so
that.
crazy how quickly a franchise can change around as soon as you get the right quarterback in.
This is a
And
bold
shout
take.
out to them boys.
This is a little off topic. I think someone said it. I think Washington won the offseason. Starting with getting that defense together.
Oh yeah,
They took
yeah,
Lulu and Jeremy Chin
yeah,
from us. And they're two guys
yeah.
that we kind of need
Mm-hmm.
right now on this defense, bro. But for the Panthers. But and
Yeah,
then Jaden
yeah.
Daniels, I have to give him his flowers. I always liked him as a quarterback. It's just when I saw him play at LSU last year, he just had a hard time protecting himself. Like but he getting together. His growth, like the growth from him
Yep.
last year to this year, is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What Jaden Daniels is doing, man. And I think Washington finally got themselves somebody after all these.
And D, I don't know if you remember when we were talking about the draft last season and when Jaden Daniels' name started to come up, and we said it at the tail end of the last college football season, we're like, bro, Jaden Daniels is pushing to be he was top two within that class. We knew who the guys were coming out for the year before. Drake May and Caleb Williams were the bona fide guys, but I'm like, Jaden Daniels has quickly made himself a mainstay, and you got to really consider him
Mm-hmm.
being one of the better prospects coming out. And lo and behold, he's playing the best football of the trio because Drake May is yet to even make his first NFL start.
I think I think only the time will tell with that too. But like you said, like with him, it was just it kind of like CJ, man. The situation was right. It was right for him. He got put in that situation where it's like he has a star receiver, he's got support, he's got a defense, he's got a good coach, and it's just like you kind of have to weigh the options. Whereas no offense to y'all, we y'all got Bryce, and the situation wasn't really that good for him, and then you kind of seen like the fruits of his labor hasn't really been working out because he as a quarterback, people have been questioning him too. So I think it's just more of just, you know, allowing him to adapt and to adjust to see what type of quarterback he is and Jaden Daniels. And like, he's really been doing good, you know what I'm saying, in Washington. They finally got him, man. Hey, I feel for them boys now, man, because they're Commander fans, man. They've been wanting they got since
Years,
RG3, bro. Like
years, yeah.
they've been with the years, man. They was about to be the new Browns for real. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Y'all remember that jersey that had all the names on it? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was gonna be the
Hell,
Commanders.
hell,
That was gonna be them.
That's
me and
us
Shotzi came
right now.
out. Me and Shotzi came. Yeah,
That's
you said
us.
2020. We bought damn near there.
We are in quarterback hell. And look, here's the thing too. You know, we've been talking about how much of a difference getting the right quarterback into your franchise can change things around. I even look at Pittsburgh, the team you guys played, D, and I look at how they. But the oh no
Don't throw it,
oh
man. No.
oh oh we don't know yet. We don't even know yet, man. We don't even.
Hey, hey,
Oh my god.
hey, listen.
Uh,
Hey, you really don't know now because y'all thought after last week, after Eddie Daughter had that game, y'all thought he was done. Now y'all don't know what's going on now. But hey,
look,
don't get that
look.
jersey back. Don't
We
put on
gonna
the
look.
hanger.
Look. We gonna get to Carolina. We'll go into Carolina next. But I want to say this one thing about Justin Fields in Pittsburgh. This is what happens when you have real coaching in the building. Because Justin Fields today, in a game like that yesterday, I was wondering, I'm like, all right, they're not playing with the lead. They're not being able to just, bulk constrict and run the ball and run the clock out and do what they've done the first 3 weeks. All right, how does he play from behind? Justin Fields made a lot of plays yesterday that you look at the George Pickens fumble in the red zone. Can't have that. The myriad of drop passes and these inopportune plays, by other players on your team. And Justin Fields had some as well. But I saw a guy that played a style of game that I didn't know if he was capable of doing in Pittsburgh because of the Arthur Smith style offense, knowing that offense is predicated on being ahead and being able to impose your will. I just want to give a shout out to Justin Fields and Pittsburgh and what they've done so far with him. I don't know if he's the bona fide guy moving forward for the rest of the year. They got to keep winning football games in order to lock that into place. But from what I've seen in the first 4 games, numbers wise, it hasn't been pretty. He's playing winning football well enough to be able to put them in position to have a chance each and every week. So I just give a shout out to Pittsburgh and what they've done over there.
Yeah, 367 total yards for Justin Fields, 1 passing touchdown, 2 rushing tutties. Yeah,
He had them in there. They played it. He almost engineered that.